Hi everybody and welcome to Module 2. Module 2 touches on a lot of different subjects. We're going to start out with talking about time. So I made a really great anchor chart for you guys to talk about some of the things that you might remember about time from previous years, things that you may not remember. So first of all, I'm going to talk about these types of clocks. So this clock right here with a clock face on it, it also looks like this. This is called an analog clock. So when you see a clock like this or a watch face like this, these are analog clocks. Phone clocks or smartwatches or things like that, those, or even a lot of alarm clocks nowadays look more like this, which is a digital clock. So both are clocks, they measure time the same way, but they display it differently. So we're going to talk about both types of clocks throughout this unit, but I just wanted to let you know the actual vocabulary words for those two types of clocks. So we have analog clocks and digital clocks. Reminder that the shorthand, and in this case, I made this red to go along with the shorthand here. The shorthand is also red on this clock. So right here, this is the hour hand. So this tells you what hour you are on. The longer arm, this case it's blue, is the minute hand. And up here I have it as green. So the minute hand travels around the clock as you go. And then it marks off how many minutes or how fast, what time it is throughout the hour as it changes. And just another refresher too, 60 minutes equals, or 60 seconds equals 1 minute. 60 minutes equals 1 hour. 30 minutes is a half an hour. And we read time a little differently sometimes too. So before the hour, it's 7:45. So if it's before the hour, if it's before 8 o'clock, so if this is, let me use the 7, I'll remove this to 7:45. So my clock looks like this. This is 7:45. If we're talking about before 8 o'clock, we would either say that this is 7:45 because you're a quarter of the way there, 1/4 of the way there. Or it's 15 minutes to 8 because this chunk is 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Or 5, 10, 15 minutes to 8. If you're talking about after the hour, so if you're talking about like, say, 8:15. So 8:15, if you're talking about after the hour, you would either say that this is 8:15, so that's a quarter of the way around the clock, or it's 15 minutes after 8 too. So something to note. We get really tricked up when we get to this point. So right now we're at 8:15. When I come down here to 8:30, you're going to notice the hour hand is moving in between the 8 and the 9. It's moving closer to the 9 as we go around this clock. So as the minute hand comes up and around, it's getting closer to that 9. That makes it tricky. So when this minute hand passes the 6, that means that you have to look at the number before the hour hand. Because let me go back to 8 o'clock. So right now we're on the 8 with the hour hand. As the hour hand moves, I'm going to try to do it with this hand so you can see it better. As the hour hand moves around, watch this, or as the minute hand moves around, watch this hour hand. I'm going to go down. It's going to start moving. See how it's moving up towards the 9. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit. It's going to be right about between them when I hit 8:30. Got to remember to come before that hour hand when you're reading time. And as the minute hands moves past the hour, it's getting closer and closer to the next hour, so that the hour hand will be in place by the time it gets up here to 9 o'clock. It'll be right across from the 9. That makes it a little tricky when we're reading analog clocks. Something to remember for that as well. One other thing I'm going to also talk to you about really quick too is, hold on, let's see if I can get my camera down just a little bit more for you. Down here so you can see all the way down here. This is also a little bit talking about AM versus PM. AM is the early morning hours from 1 a.m. to 12 p.m. So, let's see if I can hide it up just a little bit. From 12 a.m. all the way up to 12 p.m. That would be your AM. That's the morning. It starts at midnight and then goes all the way to 12 p.m., which is our midday or noon, which would be 12 p.m. And then we travel on past that to the 12, from midday to midnight would be your PM time. So as the clock changes from 12 p.m. or from the AMs to the PMs, it happens at midday. There's 12 hours in the AM and 12 hours in the PM, which makes it a total of 24 hours in our day for school, or in our day, every day, I should say. So just some reminders of how we do time. One of the other things I kind of touched on, but I want to remind you, and you'll see this in a lot in review, as you go around the clock, your minutes are counted in chunks of 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. This is 60 because that is a full hour. An hour is 60 minutes. So one of the things I want to talk about is the lapse, or how long it takes things to last. So we're going to do really quickly just a really quick demonstration. So this is how long it takes 1 second. So I've got my timer up on my Chromebook so you can see 1 second's going to go by, and ready and done. That was 1 second. So 1 second passes very quickly. And so it's kind of hard to do things in a second. We do measure things in seconds, and they even measure things in milliseconds and other types of seconds as well. So when we're talking about time, it's interesting to talk about it to see what it looks like. So that was 1 second. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do 1 minute. Hold on, let me pop it out so you can see it. So this is going to be 1 minute worth of time. All right, so I'm going to start that right here. It's kind of hard to even stay quiet for 1 minute at a time, and that's usually my challenge. We do 1 minute of silence in my room to see how long that lasts. I'm doing a terrible job at it, but I also can hear my husband talking on the phone to his son on the so usually what we do is we do 1 minute of silence, and we have everybody be quiet for 60 seconds. And I'm still having a hard time with this because I'm not even done with my 60 seconds yet. I'm watching the timer. I'm terrible at this. Oh, I forgot I muted it. So that was 60 seconds. Now, normally, just to show how different time is, we do one minute of silence where everyone has to stay as quiet as possible for 1 minute. And then we do 1 minute of talking about your favorite thing. It could be your favorite food, your favorite movie, your favorite whatever. And kids are always surprised at how quickly that goes. So time is one of those things where they talk about the relativity of time. Time passes the same no matter what, but it feels like it passes differently depending on the activity or thing that you're doing, which is super interesting to think about because we talk about some days are long, some days are short. You know, we've been in quarantine for a while, we've been staying away from each other, so it seems like it's been long, but then other times my days seem like they go really fast. So it's about that relativity of time and how time can go really, really differently for different situations. So that was kind of a review of time. And there's some activities in today's worksheet I'm encouraging you to do. You can use a stopwatch or any kind of timer on your cell phone or on your Chromebook and time yourself to see how long it takes you to do different tasks. It's kind of interesting to do it. You know, you can time yourself going from your bedroom to the living room, or you can time yourself doing a math worksheet just to see how long it takes you. You know, those are all really great things to do to see how you, how differently time is measured for each person. So that was kind of our first lesson in today's unit for Module 2. I know it has a lot of different information in it, and some of it might seem like review because this module was supposed to be early in the year, but Mrs. Burkhart and I really felt like it lost the flow and momentum of multiplication and division. So that's why we talked at the end. It's a great time for review for some skills that are really life skills. Being able to tell time is a really important life skill. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the beginning of Module 2.